Alright, how we doing tonight? What is this? Squad gold, it's time to check out your squad shows, join the unique show. As a team, you and your friends can earn special rewards like crown shards. I mean, I already know what that is. So I am looking at the challenges right off the bat. I see that the qualify for any four rounds gets you 2 crown shards. I mean, I guess that makes sense because I no longer need experience. But yeah, that's the challenges to like get you experience were so good because between this and the last stream, last time we did Fall Guys a few weeks ago, I have hit max rank. I hit those daily challenges. Because of those daily challenges, you can, as someone who barely wins games, I mean, I've won a few, especially with that new squad goal thing, but as someone who like barely wins games, doing the daily challenges quickly, you can get almost a single level a day. And yeah, I was able to get max in the thing. I wanted to look at this. Anything good? No, not really. Yeah, I don't need blue. Don't need peach. I don't need the cat. Merry elf and then goose. I love that you can't even see the top of the goose. But yeah, I hit max level. It's been honestly, I'm surprised I did it this season. I did it in the first season. It happened on stream. But yeah, thin ice trails. Whatever. Let's just start a game. Let's just do our obligatory first game before we get into everything. But yeah, I'm super down. Yeah, it's just cool to have done like the complete Fall Guys season. Admittedly, since I did the complete season, I haven't played the game since then, since I got level 50. Even though you can still get like those daily crowns are actually pretty easy to get every day. So yeah, it's it's not a bad idea to go and do the daily crown stuff. Because yeah, I mean there's not much to it. Yeah, I really haven't been playing the past week. Cause I hit level 50, yeah, like sometime last week. I think we talked. Did we talk about that? I don't remember. Yeah. Now, I actually was considering not doing Fall Guys tonight. I was actually thinking about doing Minecraft, honestly. Because I've never... to do Fall Guys, I have the PS4 out. And, I have a Minecraft world on the PS4. And I talked about this during Animal Crossing. That when the quarantine started, it was like, oh, well, we have some time. And I was like, let's start like a family Minecraft world, right? Because, most of the family has a system or something else that they could play it on, right? Or you could give someone a system. And I was like, yeah, let's do like a family Minecraft world. And it wasn't a realm. It was hosted on the PS4. And I was thinking like, maybe I'd show off that tonight. That didn't sound too bad. And I totally could have, but here at the last minute, I guess I kind of chickened out. I'll probably show it another day, another week. But yeah, the thing was, I just didn't know I mean, we were probably going to build, like, Hot Hoof or something like that. Because, yeah, I was going to show off the world, but then it was just, what do we do after that? And I didn't really have any ideas. But yeah, so yeah, that's why that didn't happen tonight. But it might happen again in a future week. Right now, Fall Guys seems to be like our obligatory in-chat game, and I'm kind of fine with that, honestly. Yeah, just some good old Fall Guys. I do still like me some Fall Guys. Yeah, it's been a busy day. I did not so on Netflix, the Mitchells versus the Machines came out today, and we are not talking about it tonight. Right? Like we talked last week, we talked about Mortal Kombat. A few weeks ago, I think we talked about Godzilla vs. Kong. I think that was the season premiere. Normally, I would have been totally down to talk about that today, but I decided but I had some things to do. I mean, I didn't even have time to make dinner tonight. So I had some other things, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll watch it tomorrow. I have more time tomorrow. So yeah, I haven't seen that, but that'll definitely be talking about that next week, because that movie looks so good. It's, I mean, I know they're advertising it as like, oh, from the people who did Spider-Verse and the Lego movie, right? And so I have full faith in them. I'm surprised it's coming to Netflix, and it's no longer, I don't even know if Sony's attached to it anymore, weirdly enough. But it still looks really good, and yeah, I'm super excited to watch it sometime in the coming day, probably tomorrow, and we'll talk about it next week. Same thing with Invincible. I did watch the finale for Invincible yesterday. Now, I mean, I read the comic, some of it anyways, like the first like 60, 70 issues. And I was like, well, we're probably going to talk about that tonight. But then I'm like, you know, maybe I should just do a video on the main channel. I was thinking about that maybe, you know, screw it. We just do a video on the main channel, because that just kind of makes sense. I mean, it fits more of my thing. Even though the whole reason I started doing videos on the main channel again was because I wasn't talking about WandaVision during Animal Crossing and during in chat. I mean, I've talked about Invincible in the past, and it's really freaking good. It got me to start rereading the comic again, and admittedly, I haven't touched it in like 2 weeks. My time is running out. Like, my free time is... I'm basically done with the semester, but... Oh, shit. Oh my god, I don't know how we made that. I'm basically done with the semester, but... I mean, I forgot. But I'm doing summer school next month, right? I'm taking summer courses. So and they're supposed to be hell. So that's not going to be fun. No siree, Bob. That's not going to be fun. And I don't know what the stream schedule looks like starting in June. I have no idea. But we'll figure it out, right? I'll improvise, adapt, overcome. You know how it goes. It's not like I haven't done it before. It's not like I didn't completely abandon the Twitch channel. 2019? Yeah, 2019. Like halfway through the year. God, those were some rough classes, though. Admittedly, it has since... Admittedly, I moved, and it got easier for me to stream after that, but even still. There were some rough classes. Yep. Alright, we're doing good so far. Oh, hey Pookie, how you doing tonight? Oh god, I am tired. No worries. No worries at all. I'm trying to do my best in Fall Guys. Even though it's probably not, I mean, it's working fine. Camping. Oh, you're camping. Oh, that must be fun. See the stars that I can't, because I'm stuck in the city forever. God. There was a meteor. I think, did we talk about that on Monday or Tuesday? There was a meteor shower, and there's already there's another meteor shower on the 5th. So if you missed the meteor shower from like a week, I think it was like a week and a half ago, there's already one coming up next in like 5 days. So I'm obviously not, I'm in the city, so there's only so much I can see. But by gum, as always, I'm going to try. Yeah, and it must be nice to get out after all this quarantine for the past year. Yeah, that must be fun. Oh, I just realized someone left our party. There's no way we're winning this. Yeah. The only camping I've got to do is in Animal Crossing. And even still, it's... that Animal Crossing. Oh, so I should say tonight... So I've got a bunch of news stories, like we always do. But the first 2 news stories I have are things I did already talk about during the Super Mario 3D World when the Switch crashed on several occasions. When the Switch crashed, to kill time, I talked about both Animal Crossing and I talked about Super Mario Party. But you know what? I'm gonna talk about them again tonight. But yeah, just to be aware, my initial reactions have already happened. Oh wow, we got some good points. Already max rank. Yep, I'll take some crowns. But yeah, so we've already talked about Animal Crossing. I've already talked about Super Mario Party. 2 of these news stories we have to talk about today, Toys for Bob and Fall Guys, already just happened today. And then we had the State of Play from Thursday. Other than that, yeah, no, today is probably going to be a short stream. Well, again, as I said, it's awesome to have to wake up early to go fishing. Yeah, good night. Have fun. Good luck fishing. Normal fishing or fly fishing? But yeah, good luck with that. Have fun. I've been camping in... I think it's been like 2 years. You know, I mean, I probably could have gone last year because it's only camping. But, yeah, no, have fun. Enjoy it. Savor it. I guess, since crowns or anything don't matter, let's try out this icy trial mode. Yeah. I guess that's where we'll get started. Oops. There we go. So, our first news story tonight is... So, I had said last week that we were going to get an Animal Crossing update this week. Right? That was my prediction on stream last week. Was that, hey, we were going to get an Animal Crossing sometime in the coming days. Sure enough, we got an update on, I want to say Monday? They announced the update on Monday, and the update came out Wednesday. So, Tuesday night, technically. And, there was nothing in this update. It added a few, I think it added, it added a few of, like, the seasonal items. Like, there's a new Toy Day item, or there's a few of those. There's a few other, like, you know how they do the seasonal items. It updated some of the events, like, May Day now has a different map. And, what's the other one? May Day has a different map. And, I'm trying to think of the other one. Museum Day. Oh, also there's probably some new wedding season items as well. But yeah, May Day got some new items. Or May Day has a new thing. Plus, now when you do the May Day thing, because May Day, as of I think yesterday, you can finally do May Day. But as people learned, if you didn't buy Animal Crossing in time for May Day, like let's say you got it for Christmas, if you do May Day this year, you'll get the briefcase, right? The briefcase is the item everybody got last year for May Day. However, if you had Animal Crossing last year, right? Like let's say you bought it at launch, and you did the May Day event when it happened, you'll get a new item. Shit. God damn, I hate Thin Ice. I'll be honest, I hate this map. But by gum, are we gonna try? We'll try it a few times. So yeah, last year you got a briefcase. This year you get a photo. You get like for Christmas you got a Jolly's photo. This year you get Rover's photo, which is cool. Like it's cool that there's a new map. There's a new Mayday maze. So that's cool, and it's cool that you get a new item. But, like, if you're a new player and you want both items, you can't get both items. You can only get one item. And as far as I know, because, like we talked about on Monday with the time travel thing, you can't time travel ahead to get new events. So if maybe you can time travel backwards, but I know you definitely can't time travel forwards. So if you want to like the only way to get both items is to time travel back to May of last year, get the suitcase, and then travel forwards to this year and get the new thing. At least I'm assuming that might work. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. The game's fucking sucks. Like game, as I said on Monday, and I'll say again today. Yeah, today's gonna be a short stream because I'm not gonna rehash everything I said, even though I will rehash some of it. As I said on Monday, game developers have the right to make a game however they want. However, players have a right to play a game however they choose. And while those things may seem antithetical, and they can both coexist simultaneously. Both those things can be true at the same time. But Animal Crossing, right, it's a game that's always had time travel, but Nintendo doesn't want you to play it with time travel. But, of course, players can do it however they want, but now Nintendo's, like, locking events behind updates, so that way you can't play the event unless, like, the in-game servers tell you you can play the event. Which is fucking shitty. That fucking sucks. I mean, like, I'm fine with them updating the events to add in new items. That's cool. But, like, you should just be able to, like someone should be able to, like, someone who didn't have the update should be able to, like, time travel ahead and do the event again, but they just don't get any of the new items, right? Like this new Mayday thing, like, at Mayday last year, you should have been able to travel ahead to this year's Mayday and then just do the event. Of course, admittedly, I don't think they added that in where they, like, locked the events behind an update. I think the first update that did that was not Christmas, Thanksgiving, or Feast Day, or whatever it's called. I think Feast Day was the first event that you needed to, like, get the update the day on Thanksgiving to do the event. Which, again, like I said, I'm just inherently against. I think that's a bad practice, setting a bad... God damn it. I should just go back to squad shows. Yeah, so I'm not happy. The event just doesn't have anything in it. And I think that's a big problem, is that there's just nothing in the event. Like, yeah, cool, oh, woo, a few updates are, like, made more interesting. Or at least for people who haven't played them. But, like, what? So what? That doesn't make it any better. Right? And what about, and again, there's still, like, 1,000 things missing. Again, I still really like New Horizons. On the day this update was announced, people were just tearing into New Horizons. Like, they were ripping it a new one, calling it, like, one of the worst Animal Crossing game, and that it's just mediocre, and, right, that it doesn't have, like, a fourth of the content of New Leaf. And I think that's doing it. It's just, it has a lot of content, just in different ways. I've compared New Horizons to Minecraft. And I know people don't, and I think some people just don't want Animal Crossing to be Minecraft. Because New Leaf wasn't Minecraft. But New Horizons kind of is. A lot of New Horizons, like in Minecraft, a lot of the goal of the game is to make your own goals. There are some objectives, right? Like in Minecraft, there's beat the game, or beat the Ender Dragon. In New Horizons, there's get the KK Slider concert. But those objectives are few and far between. Most of the adventure you make for yourselves. And it's clear that not everybody wants that. Which is fine, right? No game should be for everybody. But I feel like people are really, just really do not like when New Horizons does it. Right? Because that's not what they want. When people think... I mean, sure, I'm sure there's a lot of people whose first Animal Crossing is New Horizons, and they love it, right? Because it has more of those features. But it's kind of like the Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts thing. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is a pretty good game. But if you were a fan of the first two Banjo-Kazooies, Nuts and Bolts sucks. Because it's not like the first Banjo-Kazooie. But I still stand by Nuts and Bolts is actually a pretty good game. I enjoyed it back in the day. Admittedly, I haven't played it in years. And yeah, I guess that's where Animal Crossing lies. That this is, yeah, it's still a good game, and I personally enjoy it more than New Leaf, because unlike New Leaf, because I put a year into this one, whereas New Leaf I got like 4 or 5 months, maybe. Admit, yes, some of that was a struggle with New Horizons, but I've been enjoying it, and even since I stopped streaming it. Like, I'm still playing it every day. Just this week, I made like 5 million bucks in turnips. Okay, it was less than 5 million, but it was like 480 something. I couldn't tell you the exact number, but I made good turnip money this week because, yeah, guess what? I bought turnips on Sunday, and then my turnip price was like 480 something. Yeah, no, I made good turnip money. So yeah, I'm still enjoying. Do I need any of that turnip money? Oh, heavens no. But I'm still getting that turnip money because I enjoy it. Yeah, we're fucked. I was like, there's no... Oh my god, I was third. I was third from last, you know. They're last. God, yeah, we did terrible. But yeah, so I don't want to repeat everything I did say before. However, there is one thing I did want to point out. Now, this has already been through the news cycle, so it's already been, like, people pointed it out, and I noticed it later. I've read about it later that day, and then a few days later, or then like 2 days later, it was deconfirmed. So, okay, so let me come on, get me back to the screen. So if we come over here, so this is Animal Crossing World. Just ignore the note for now. What is this mysterious new villager house in Animal Crossing April update screenshot? So, right, there was a bunch of screenshots released with the new updates. I showed them off on Monday. And this is the screenshot that shows up the new Toy Day stuff, or Children's Day or whatever. You've got the new paper hat, this wind thing that actually looks really nice that I have put on my island because I think it actually looks pretty nice. And you've got this house in the background. Well, as people realized, this house isn't in the default game. At no single combination of villagers gets you this house. This is not a house currently existing in the game. So of course that led people to speculate, like, hey, are we finally getting new villagers? When people say new villagers, they mean the Zelda villagers, or VD and Vice, or Inkwell, I guess. People were specifically thinking this might be Wolf Link. And later on, so right, that was the speculation, like, hey, maybe this is a new villager house or something like that. Wouldn't that be cool? Like, what if this update's hiding it? And then later on, I'm assuming it's so yeah, this was the original screenshot. And then on April 27th, so 3 days ago, Nintendo has released an official statement that disproves this theory, noting that the original screenshot featuring the mystery house was an error on their part. And we can, I guess, read the error here. We read the response here. After an eruption of theories and speculations and discussions about the strange mystery house in yesterday's update, Nintendo has officially responded. So they took down the screenshot. God, look at all these fucking ads. About a strange mystery house seen in Animal Crossing New Horizons update. Posted an update on the official Japanese April update announcement. The company confirms the mysterious villager house did indeed reflect a design that can't be found, and they apologized for the error. With that, we disappointed that the goddamn stupid fucking ads. While that isn't a huge surprise we noted above of a weird house mistake in the article, it'll definitely come as whatever. Fuck all that. You fuck the website. This is, oh my god, these ads are terrible. But yeah, so basically Nintendo was like, no, that house isn't real. That is not coming to the game, right? So for all the people who like wanted that house, yeah, that's not true. Now, Nintendo is a fucking liar. We've talked about it before. Currently, they're lying about the Super Switch or whatever it's gonna be. The new let's just call it the Switch Pro. Nintendo has said there are no plans to make a Switch Pro. So when inevitably a Switch Pro does come out, we'll know they're fucking liars. It, like I said, previously they denied the DSi's existence until like 2 days before the DSi's release. So yeah. But yeah, that mystery house, you know what? If in the next update, like at the end of May, we get the next update, and hey, guess what? The Zelda amiibos and let's just say next month. I would say maybe in July for Skyward Sword when that gets re-released. Because they're supposed to be re-releasing a bunch of Zelda amiibo as well. But if for that, they're like, hey, guess what? As part of this new update, we've added in all the Zelda villagers. And that's like the new Wolf Link's house or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe it got out early on accident. And yeah, sure, they'll apologize and say it's nothing. Of course, I don't want people to get their hopes up. If nothing comes from it, nothing comes from it. But I see no reason, like kind of like how they added back in the Sanrio characters. I see no reason for them not to add in the crossover characters and just add more crossover characters. Like, fuck, come on. Come on, crossover characters are cool. But yeah, so if it turns out that that is actually a future villager's house. Because, like, why else would they just put a new house, like maybe, yeah, you could say, well, oh, it was an accident. I don't know. You gotta say something's up. Nintendo may deconfirm it, but Nintendo's fucking liars. Because the video game industry is built online. Right? I mean, and it's not just like things like, oh, the DS being denied, right? Because of that. But, like, you have people like, Randy Pitchford, who lied about Colonial Marines even up to the game's release. Right? The video game industry is just full of liars. That's how it's always been. It's always watch the Jimquisition. Yep. There's an entire episode online about, like, the video games, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. I know there's an entire, episode just about that. So yeah, the video game industry fucking sucks. But okay, so we talked about how this Animal Crossing update sucks. But let's talk about a good thing. So this is this is also something we did talk about. We talked about this on Tuesday. So late Tuesday night. While we're waiting here. So I wake up on Tuesday. Or I'm going to bed Tuesday, and I check Twitter real quick one last time, and I see this screenshot. Right, looks like Nintendo releases a new Super Mario Party update today that allows you to play the main mode, 70 minigames, and the 2-on-2 mode online. Yeah, Nintendo just at the middle. I mean, admittedly, it was probably midday in Japan, but the middle of the night here in the States, Nintendo just releases a new update. And it's like, wait, what? Yeah, so the Mario Party, Super Mario Party, the game this update's for, that allows you to play online, came out in 2018. Oh wow, how'd they get flung back so far? It came out in like October of 2018. Here we are, now in, almost May. It's one day away from May, but this came out a few days ago. In April of 2021, and boom, hey, new update. Guess what? It now, Super Mario Party now has multiplayer. This is something that should have been there at launch. Kind of like the whole World Maker and Super Mario Maker, where it'd been like, oh, this would have been so much cooler at launch and would have been such a big selling point for the game. A game that, again, even though it sold a few million copies, Nintendo still considers a failure. Super Mario Party, just to remind people, is like the 9th best-selling Switch game of all time. Over 13 million units. I think it's if maybe in May, you look at the MPD numbers, the things that keep track of like how much video game sales sell. I would not be surprised if Super Mario Party, because I think right now it's like the 22 best-selling game of like March or whatever. I would not be surprised if in April, but specifically in May, it's risen up into the top 10. This is a huge update. Admittedly, I think Super Mario Party, of all the ND Cube published Mario Party games, Super Mario Party is the best. Because I have played it. I don't own a copy of it, but I have played it over at a friend's. It's fine. The boards feel small, but they aren't. I've completely forgotten about the dice thing. I forgot that Super Mario Party has a dice tier list, because some characters just have better dice than others. I had just completely forgotten about that. So that's weird. I don't know. What? Maybe I still personally am rooting for a remake or a remake of the first three, kind of like in a Crash Insane Trilogy collection, which we will be talking about later today, because fucking terrible news came out of that as well. But yeah, of course, as every Mario, ND Cube seems to be getting better at making Mario parties. That's a good thing, I guess. I don't know. Will they ever be able to make a great one? Maybe. But so far, they definitely haven't. But yeah, so this update, it's just so random. I mean, I guess I'm not against it, because this is something, because the original Super Mario Party launched with a multiplayer, like an online multiplayer mode, and it was garbage. It had like 10 mini games on it. You couldn't, god damn it, I got pummeled there. And I probably lost like 10 places right there. Admittedly, we all came in around the same time though, so that's good. But yeah, it took, I don't know, like 10... It had like 10 mini games, and that was it. And it was, okay, it probably had more than 10, but it was just a shitty mode. And because like people were like, oh, the first Mario Party game with online, and then you actually see what it is, and it's just like mini game battles. I think, is it RT Game has a video on it that I think sums it up pretty well? I don't know, I know somebody does. But yeah, no, it's really bad, and it's a big disappointment. So seeing this, like, because this is what people have wanted from Mario Party. Nintendo's had online since, what, the Wii? Okay, yes, the Wii had unequivocally the worst online of any system. Okay, admittedly, the GameCube had online. I don't know a single person who ever used GameCube online. But yeah, the Wii's online was really fucking bad. Admittedly, I only ever used it like twice with like Mario Kart. I never played Brawl online. I only ever used it for Mario Kart, and honestly, maybe, did I use it once for Animal Crossing? No, I didn't, now that I'm thinking about it. But no, the Wii's online was bad, but like, the Wii U Mario Party could have been online. Admittedly, that game had so many fucking problems. That's just a bad. It's not like the worst, because we did play Amiibo Festival the other day, also developed by ND Cube, and that's just a terrible fucking game. But no, Mario Party 10 has all sorts of problems. Super Mario Party is a lot better, and it having online mode, yeah, this is a cool update. If this update had come out a year ago, this would have been huge. If this update had come out at the start of the pandemic, oh my god. Mario Party I probably would own a copy. I mean, I own a copy of Mario Kart 8 now, and I always said I wasn't gonna buy one. And honestly, if Nintendo right now were to be like, hey, guess what, 50% off Mario, because they're still selling it for fucking $60. Because Nintendo games never go on sale, except the occasional time when they do. And I have seen this game on sale for like $30. Or 40, I mean. But if it were to go on sale for like $30, I might actually buy it. I'd be very okay, admittedly, I'd also have to assume my Switch wasn't broken. But like, I would consider it, definitely. But yeah, no, this online thing, that's huge. I think this is a great... this needs to be an all... And admittedly, I don't know how well it works. I don't know if it works well. I don't know if it works terribly. I haven't actually watched anyone... Okay, no, I did watch Post Team. I did watch the AH Post Team do a board. And it looked fine. Admittedly, I had that on in the background while I worked. But it seemed fine. So, I don't know. But if it works good, even if it doesn't work amazing, this needs to be in every future Mario Party, without a doubt. And I think this is going to set the standard. I think this is going to set the standard for future Mario Parties. Of course, I was personally expecting a new Mario Party later this year. It just kind of made sense, you know, a new Mario Party. because this game came out 3 years ago in okay, not 3, it's coming up on 3 years. Back in 2018. It's been long enough. And Mario Party used to be an annual franchise. It just makes sense. So I don't think we're gonna get, I don't know. My thought was that we were gonna get a new Mario Party last year, and then it got delayed because of COVID. So are we getting a new one this year? Oh, those beans screwed me. They screwed me walking up, and they screwed me going forward. Oh wow, you didn't get it. You should be farther over on the left. But yeah, no. Are we gonna get? I was assuming we were gonna get a new Mario Party this year, and maybe this was easier to do because the new Mario Party that's coming out eventually uses the same engine as this game. It uses a lot of the same setups, right? And it's just gonna be like, hey, this is Super Mario Party 2, same engine, maybe like a few new characters, and all the boards and mini games are new. Other than that, it's the same fucking like blank concept. That's still totally possible. If that's, I don't think it'll happen this year, because it's the same. And a lot of people don't think it's gonna happen for the same reason we don't expect there to be a Mario Kart 9. Is that Mario Kart 9 is the best-selling game, potentially second best-selling game on Switch. Nintendo has no reason to replace it as of this moment. As long as Mario Kart 8 keeps selling, they have no reason to replace it. And the same is technically true of Super Mario Party. Of course, the thing that I think they're kind of forgetting is that a lot of people would double dip. I double dip on Mario. I mean, I finally bought Mario Kart 8. But I'd easily double dip on a Mario Kart 9. Easy. Same thing. If Super Mario Party 2 looked good. Wait, what? Wait, what? What? He's eventually gonna hit the slime, right? Like, as he keeps going up, eventually he's gonna cross over. Unless, of course, it's a hacker, but what? That I'm happy to continue. That confuses the shit out of me. But yeah, no, I'd easily buy another Mario Party, because Mario Party is really good. It's a really fun game. What else? Man, no, Mario Party, I don't know. I like 1 through 8. Again, I'm not recovering everything I said on Tuesday. That video still exists. It's archived. I know, because I talked about it for like 20 minutes. But yeah, and okay, the one thing I did find out was there's 70 mini games available. That means there are 10 mini games that aren't available. What are those 10 mini games? Because that was one of my questions. Like, what makes it so that 10 mini games can't be played? I found out the 10 mini games that can't be played are all rhythm games, because Nintendo's online services are so crap that the rhythm games probably go out of sync online. You know, like those things where like the server says one thing and the game says another, and the server will always win. So the 10 games that can't be played are all rhythm games, because they probably go out of sync, or the server will say one thing while the game says a different thing, so you'll probably get it wrong. It makes sense, but it just highlights how shitty Nintendo's online infrastructure is. Most other games don't have this problem. But Nintendo is Nintendo, so I mean, like, what else did you expect? Like, seriously, like, what else did you expect? Do we still have anyone in? Nope, we're all out. It's just these 3 chuckleheads, and I don't know if they're on the same team. But yeah, so that sucks. That, yeah, it's just weird. It's just, this, again, a game getting updates this so late is just weird. And that makes me wonder about future, things. like, because people have been wondering, like, hey, if Nintendo's not going to give us a new Mario Kart, they should just give us a new, or they should just update Mario Kart 8 with DLC. If they're not going to give us Mario Kart 9, just give Mario Kart 8 DLC. And I was like, yeah, that's possible. But it's been 5 years since Mario Kart 8 came out. No, I think it's been 5 years. Or maybe it's been 4. Yeah, it's been 4, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. It's still been I think it's been too long. Same thing with Mario Odyssey. People were always like, oh, Mario Odyssey's gonna get DLC. And then it just never happened. So, is Mario Odyssey ever getting DLC? I didn't think so. Now, anything is possible. Again, I don't think we're getting Mario Kart 8 DLC, and I don't think we're getting Mario Odyssey DLC. Because I think we're getting a Mario Odyssey 9, and I think Nintendo's just not gonna fucking worry about it. Maybe have the Mario Kart team make an F-Zero game. Fuck, come on, Nintendo. So, before we get into the next story, we're talking about Miitopia, but before I actually talk about it, I gotta show some of this shit off. So, Miitopia uses Miis, but it has, like, a Mii editor built into the game. Right? Where you can, like, there's, like, a normal Mii editor built into the Switch. But one of the perks of this new Miitopia is that they've added this complete, like, huge, update to, like, Miis. And not to the Switch, just for Miitopia. But you know what? They should add this to the Switch. And if we get a new Tomodachi Life, they should add it to that. But we'll talk about that. But I want to show off some of these because I was fucking blown away when I saw some of this shit. This is all done in a Nintendo game, I should add. Like, this is the Mii Maker. It's admittedly a more advanced Mii Maker, but, like, holy shit. So we got this. So I've got 2 tweets here. We've got, so we right, like, so it starts off as a Mii, and you can kind of see it. But it, yeah, no, that's like the hair, but like the eyes and everything. And then we got Sand. This was the first thing I saw. I remember so a demo came out, right? Which is what we're talking about. And this is all just in a demo. I saw the demo, and the first thing I saw people do was create Sans. That's JoJo. I don't know. I've never seen JoJo. I've seen a lot of anime. JoJo's not one of them. And, I don't know, that just looks cool. I got one other real quick. I gotta find it real quick. Oh yeah, here we go. This was the second one. So I saw Sans first. Then I saw this. Someone literally, look at that. That's literally just Steve's face. And I'm assuming it's all blocks. Like, each one of these pixels is like a block placed on. But yeah, they just straight up made Steve's face. Like, what? What? Yeah. I mean, you can tell it's a Mii, but like, holy shit. We got some more here. Oops. There's a Friday Night Funkin' one, because of course there is. Oh, and I'm assuming this is another JoJo thing. Yeah, like, look at this. Look at the amount of creativity. Like, what? And those are just those are just a few. There are hundreds more. I have seen so many of these in so many different ways. And from what I understand, you can upload all of these designs online, and with like a typable code, you can share them. So like, you could download like that Minecraft Steve. Yeah, you can download that. Somebody else made that and you can download it. Holy shit, that's really cool. You know, Miitopia, I had it on 3DS. Yeah, it's a good game. I never beat it, obviously, because I don't beat RPGs. But I played it, and it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty decent game, all things considered. Not amazing. I don't know, I was a big fan of Tomodachi Life, and I hope, like, this system in a new Tomodachi Life would be amazing, because Tomodachi Life is so much fun. It's really, because, like, you know how Animal Crossing is, like, Nintendo's, like, simulation, like, hey, happy lifetime thing? Yeah, Tomodachi Life is like Nintendo's, like, Sims. Admittedly, there's less interactivity in The Sims, but it's got that charm. Tomodachi Life on the 3DS was really fun. I just had a blast with it. Like, I remember watching, like, people like Game Explains and Benny Vinesauce play it and be like, oh yeah, this is pretty fun. Right? This looks like this has a lot of charm to it. And so I picked it up, and it has a lot of charm and such. And now that Animal Crossing is out, I kind of hope that sometime in the next, like, year or two, we get a new one. I feel like that because those games are kind of a lot of fun. Bring back the text-to-speech filters, bring in this new Mii editor. Yeah, give us a new Tomodachi Life. But for the moment, we have Miitopia, which is basically like very similar. It's got a lot of the charm of Tomodachi Life, that Miitopia. It really does. And yeah, so far, I'm actually really impressed with this. Like, all these creations. I mean, I knew the game's good, alright? I had the game on 3DS. It's good, but this new version just looks... I don't want to say better. Oh my god, of course you're last. I'm not going to say, like, it probably is better. Just, like, this whole creator thing is alone. Because, like, part of the fun was, like, oh, you boot up the game, and it's like, oh, you make yourself the hero. Oh, you need a Dark Lord. Well, you make the Dark Lord, like, Donald Trump or whatever. Right? And then, oh, your party. Oh, here's that one, you put, like, celebrities or, like, Mario in there. Cheeseburger, right? You just have fun with it. And Miitopia was fun. Yeah, it's got some creativity. It's got some weird stuff. And I know this new one adds, like, horses. And I hope there's new classes. Because, like, the first game had some fun classes. Like, Pop Star and Chef were some of the classes. That's kind of funny. I got eliminated, didn't I? I know we did. But yeah, now, admittedly, I will say I have not played this demo. This new demo for Miitopia came out. I haven't touched it. No, I did download it. Well, and part of it is that I've already played the game. But also another part of it is that, yeah, I don't need to. I mean, the Switch is broken, right? And I've already played the game once before. I already know it's good. But I think seeing all the fan reactions to this, I think Miitopia is going to do well. Like, because part of my problem with it was that, oh, it's just, oh god, look at this. It's a 3DS game that was $40. They're now charging $50 for it. And while I know, like, this brand new character creator isn't going to be enough to, like, not only, like, justify the price increase, but, right, just in general. But this is really cool. This actually shows that they did put a lot of effort into this. Also, the game looks a lot, like, I forgot how much nicer the game is. Like, I actually looked at some of the, like, a 3DS comparison. No, the Switch version actually looks really good. Like, they went back in and basically probably redid all the graphics. I'm actually really impressed with it. Of course, they probably could have just gotten away with a Miitopia 2. Of course, then people would be like, oh, well, do I have to play the original? I don't know. I guess that's part of the problem. But I don't know. Miitopia is a great game, and yeah, the demo looks... I've seen a bunch of people play it. I have no interest in, of course, replaying it, but... Well, and of course, even if I did, Switch broken. Switch broken. I keep saying that. It's technically not true. But you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm just really impressed with this Miitopia demo right now. I've seen a lot of cool things, and yeah. It's just people are... Oh, God. We've only got 3 people. We're already fucking... I know even if we qualify, there's no way we can win. Fuck. I hate the... You know, all I play in Fall Guys nowadays is the squad mode. Because I've actually gotten wins in squad mode. Unlike normal mode. But I fucking hate the squad mode sometimes. Because sometimes you'll have a really good team... And then just one really shitty player will just drag down the entire team. Or, like this, a player will just disconnect and ruin everything. That fucking sucks. Let's see. Next up, so we're at today's news, actually. Toys for Bob. So Toys for Bob is the studio that did Skylanders. Right? They're known for Skylanders. And that was cool, right? They did, oh, I skipped over State of Play. Fuck, I will go back to it. So they did Skylanders. That was really cool. Great. I enjoyed the first like 4 Skylanders games. Yeah, sure, were they were a $1 billion franchise. And sure, was like the whole product figure thing kind of scummy. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it definitely was, but I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. Yeah, no, I get why Skylanders was big, and I thought they were good games. I know not everyone feels that way, and some people will never forgive what the games did to Crash Bandicoot. But hopefully, now that we have the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, people can go back and be like, you know, that wasn't so bad. Right, those games weren't so bad. They were kind of adventure games. I had fun with them. I had fun with the first 4. Really shitty Let's Plays of the first 4 games exist on my YouTube channel. Really shitty videos, but they do exist. Of the first 3 games, I technically never finished the 4th, at least my Let's Play. I didn't finish the Let's Play. Really enjoyed the 4th game though. It had some really good. The writing is fucking funny. The villain, who played by Tom Kenny, is fantastic. He's a lot of fun. He hams it up, and it's just an all-around good time. Did we get disqualified again? I don't think we did. No, we didn't. Sometimes you just can't tell. Especially because the exit button's in the bottom corner, whether you got disqualified or not. But yeah, I enjoyed Skylanders, and so they did those games. And then they helped Vicarious Visions do the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. They helped out on those, because I think Crash Bandicoot was in, I think, the 6th Skylanders game, because yeah, they made 6 of those before the concept eventually run dry and they stopped, and it was no longer a $1 billion franchise. Then Toys for Bob did the Spyro Reignited trilogy, and they did great on that. And then they did the did they do Crash Team Racing as well? I don't remember if Vicarious Visions helped out or did that one and they just helped out. They might have just straight up done Crash Team Racing. That's totally possible. But I know they did the Spyro trilogy, and they did Crash Bandicoot 4. Right? In Crash Bandicoot 4, I know it's kind of divisive, but from what I understand, it's popular enough. Yeah, from what I understand, people like Crash Bandicoot 4. It's like getting its completion is a bitch and a half. Most certainly. Yeah, no, it's a nightmare. From what I haven't actually played it. I'll admit I did not play Crash Bandicoot 4. Admittedly, I haven't played the Insane Trilogy either. Okay, except for the first game. Way back in like, I don't know, like 2017, 2016. Probably like a few months after the Insane Trilogy came out. I borrowed a PS4 for like a day and played through the first Crash Bandicoot game in the Insane Trilogy. I did it in like a day, just non-stop on that grind, and yeah, because I didn't grow. I was a Nintendo kid, except for the PS2, and the PS2, it had like 2 Crash Bandicoot games, but nothing that matters. So yeah, but yeah, so it was announced today that Toys for Bob will be helping out on the next Call of Duty Warzone's update. That a bunch of the staff has more or less left the studio. Right, they've moved on to either other. I think most of some of them have retired. Some of them are probably starting their own studios or have moved on to other studios. But yeah, but basically the same thing happened to BioWare a few years ago. Like BioWare, like when they got bought up by, or at some point during their like EA thing, when they were working on like Anthem and Mass Effect Andromeda, like a bunch of their staff suddenly like quit. Like a bunch of like the big leads who did like the first 3 Mass Effects games. Yeah. And, right, like, you know, you have Unicronic Arts, who shuts down studios left and right, like Visceral, and now, and we know, and something bad happened to Vicarious Visions. Didn't Vicarious Visions get absorbed into the greater Activision Blizzard, just like earlier this year? Didn't that happen recently? I feel like that happened rather... I know something happened with Vicarious Visions, like after they did Tony Hawk Pro Skater. But yeah, now because a lot of people were like, oh, well, you know, the current Crash Bandicoot 4 may have problems, but kind of like Days Gone. right? It has some problems. Okay, Days Gone has a lot of problems, but a sequel could actually probably really work, right? They take what they learned from the first game, and the sequel could probably be really good. Crash Bandicoot 4 may have some problems, but a sequel could probably iron all of those out, and it'd probably be really good. But from the looks of it, if Toys for Bob is now being shifted, if a bunch of staff is left, and they're now being shifted over to Activision Blizzard, we probably aren't getting a new Crash Bandicoot 4 anytime soon. And that sucks. Or Crash Bandicoot 5. This may be the last we see of... Because, of course, right? Oh, Activision Blizzard, you're such pieces of shit. I mean, they literally ruined Crash Team Racing by adding in microtransactions. They did that. Right? But it's now like, oh, Activision Blizzard's like, hey, we remade some of the classic Crash games. We ruined Crash Team Racing. We gave you Crash Bandicoot 4. And, of course, people were probably also hoping that we were going to get a new Spyro the Dragon game. And I know a Crash Bandicoot mobile game just came out. Who fucking cares? I know it's like some endless runner bullshit. I don't care. You shouldn't care either. It's not what you want. Crash Bandicoot 4, for all the problems people have with it, it at least is what people wanted. Right? It's not Twinsanity. It's not Wrath of Cortex. Even though Twinsanity is okay from what I hear. I don't know. Before I played the first Crash Bandicoot game on the Insane Trilogy, the only other Crash Bandicoot game I played was the one on the Game Boy Advance, Crash Purple or whatever it was called. You know, the one where he teams up with Spyro the Dragon and like where they like switch enemies or whatever. Yeah, I played that game as a kid. Yep, I think my cousin had it. I don't know, it's been a long fucking time. The Game Boy Advance was a long ways away. But yeah, this just seeing Toys for Bob shattered like this sucks. They're a good studio. I know a lot of people were like, when they heard they were taking over Crash Bandicoot 4, a lot of people were really skeptical, but I think they stood and deliver. No matter what the thing is, I think they definitely made the game. I need to go get some more water. So yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. And yeah, now Crash Bandicoot, I mean, maybe Activision Blizzard is gonna bring in a brand new studio to make a new Crash Bandicoot game. Or maybe this is just the end of Crash for a while. Activision Blizzard will claim they were being generous to us by giving us the games we wanted, and now they're just gonna go back to making Call of Duty. Because again, Activision Blizzard is a multi-billion-dollar company that can't just make money. It needs to make all the money. As time shows again and again, people will buy middle shelf games. If you make a game, budget it accordingly to be a middle shelf game, sell it at a middle shelf price, and it's good, it will sell well. All the Crash Bandicoot games are middle shelf games. But Activision Blizzard can't be happy with that. No, they need... I mean, I know they sold Crash 4's AAA game. But, like, they can't be happy with that. Crash Team Racing had fucking microtransactions. It can't just be a good middle shelf game at a middle shelf price. Nope, it had to make all the fucking money in the world. And this is a problem across the entire industry. I just complained about like Miitopia now going up $10. Sure, it's not at the $60 price point, but there's no reason for it to even be at the $50. It should be at the $40. Yeah, sure, all this new stuff looks cool, and it looks like they had to redo a lot of the game. This is still a remake. This is still basically a game from a few years ago. They're same thing. You can sell games at less than $60. A lot of these ports, these $60, no, they can be less. Right? It's disgusting, I guess. And every company's guilty of this. I mean, Nintendo and Sony the least so, but they're all guilty of this in their own way. Because games can't just make money. They have to make all the money in the world. And that's just unsustainable. And eventually, the video game industry is a bubble that is eventually going to burst. Sometime within our lifetime, probably. I don't know when, but eventually they're no longer. Eventually, like one of these AAA companies is going to be or eventually either two things: government regulation, because loot boxes are gambling, and they are gambling targeted at children. So government intervention, because that shit needs either the game industry needs to regulate it themselves, or the government needs to step in and regulate it for them. They've been given every opportunity to regulate it themselves. They refuse, so now the government needs to step in and do it for them. Right? Because people, for years, people have said loot boxes are gambling, and they're always like, no, they aren't. And then boom, study after study comes out that finds loot boxes are gambling. But people defend these AAA companies because they think, oh, well, I like the product this company makes, and the only way I'm going to get their product is if I defend them, because they refuse to demand better, right? Demand better of your corporations, and let corporations burn out and go bankrupt. There is no such thing as too big to fail. Fuck that. But yeah, no, or of course the other thing is that eventually video game companies can know. I mean, we know the stock market, the GameStop thing has proved that the stock market's a joke, and that the whole thing about right, basically the stock market is just zodiac signs but for boys. It's basically the same thing. Admittedly, I think there's a lot more money involved in the stock market, but it's all bullshit at the end of the day. The word I was looking for was astrology. The stock market is astrology for boys. But, yeah, no, eventually the gaming industry is going to collapse in on itself. It's only a matter of time. Because, yeah, the other way is that eventually the companies can no longer, right, these companies that make billions in profits every year, eventually they're going to hit that ceiling. Because companies are also expected to make annual growth. Every year, companies are expected to make more and more money than they did the previous year, and eventually these companies will no longer be able to make more money. In fact, they're going to start losing money, and when they do, eventually it's going to just burst, right? Eventually, when they can no longer sustainably make all the money in the world, they're going to eventually just collapse in on themselves. They'll implode. Yeah. I'm gonna go get some more water. I'll be like right back because I am out and I'm thirsty. Alright. So, we're doing this out of order now because I'm an idiot. Let's talk State of Play. So, on Thursday, there was a State of Play. I didn't even know about this until, like, a half an hour before it happened. I didn't see any announcement or anything. It was just like, hey, there's a State of Play coming today. And I was like, oh, okay. Because on, like, Monday... I think it was Monday, sometime in the past week, sometime since Friday, we got a new trailer for Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart. And the new trailer revealed the Lombax. I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game. I've been thinking maybe I should play the 2017, 2018, whatever the last Ratchet and Clank game was, because that was basically a soft reboot for the franchise. Maybe it was even a hard reboot, I don't know. I saw the movie. I don't remember. I just remember it not being good, but I heard the game was really good, so yeah. But I've been thinking, like, with this new game coming out, maybe I should play the old one. But we got a new trailer that revealed that the new Lombax, for some reason I know that that's what they're called, is named Rivet. Now, they had actually hinted that before, that it was named Rivet. Like, there was, when the game got delayed in the, like, a update, they were like, oh yeah, we're excited to share all these new things, and we're excited to talk about the new Lombax. It'll sure be Rosie. And, of course, it was like, oh, Rosie, like Rosie the Riveter. Ah, that's clever. And yeah, sure enough, that was it. It's Rivet, which I think is a great name. And yeah, it looks... Well, okay, we'll talk about the trailer in a minute. I want to talk about the other two things first. But yeah, no, it's Ratchet and Clank. But we gotta... So, at the start of the State of Play, this State of Play only talked about 3 games. It was... I think it was a half hour long, if that. It might have only been like 20 minutes. But they talked about 3 games. The first game they talked about was Subnautica Below Zero. I played a little bit of the original Subnautica, but it's been a long time. I know Subnautica Below Zero has been in beta for a while now, but it's finally... I don't remember when it's coming out, but it's finally going full access, and it's coming to PS5. And so that's... Ah, fuck. Of course we get the one AFK guy. But it's finally coming out sometime here in the near future. I know people are excited for that. I've only... I know... Because, you know, Subnautica was a game in early access that had, like, a story and everything. I played some of it. Back in, like, alpha, I played it. Or beta, or whatever it was. Early access, I guess, is the better word. I played Subnautica in early access. It was fun, but admittedly I didn't do that much with it, so it might be nice to revisit it again. Like, it's a pretty good game, and I do own it on PS4. I think they gave it away free with PSN, or no, I think it was actually the recent you know how they gave away a bunch of games, like with the Play Anywhere initiative. I think it was part of that. The re-release or they gave away Subnautica for free, along with a bunch of other games. The Ratchet and Clank was one of the Play Anywhere's games that they gave away. So yeah, I just know I own it on PS4. I guess I should probably play it at some point. I know it's fucking horrifying. Like I don't like the big like Leviathan things that everyone's scared of. I don't even remember being in the game when I played it. They might have been, but I don't ever remember dealing with them. I don't know. It's been a long time since I played Subnautica, but it was really good, and I don't remember any of it. Especially, like, any of the story-related stuff. Like, I remember, like, 1 or 2 things. Like, I remember the ship going nuclear eventually. After, like, 3 days or whatever. Okay, I think it was longer than that. I don't know. It was really good, whatever I say. Yeah, maybe I should check it out again. But yeah, then we got some new info on Below Zero, some new story stuff, right? That it's all in the Arctic this time, which I think is a great setting. So yeah, I think this can be really good. But the next thing, they announced that, not Fall Guys, the other big hit of last year, Among Us, is coming to PS4 and PS5. Obviously, made perfect sense. We all kind of saw... I'm surprised it hasn't... I mean, it's going to be announced for Xbox sooner or later. It's already on Xbox Game Pass on PC. I think it's on Xbox Game Pass PC. But I don't think it's on Xbox console yet. But I'm sure it will be in due time. So, yeah, that'll come... Because it's already on Switch, and I know Nintendo's made a big initiative to push Among Us. Like, I know Nintendo's been up in front about that. And, yeah, no, it's, I don't know, I do own it on Switch. I didn't pay a dime. It was, when it came out, it was on sale. And because I had enough gold points or whatever, I got the game for free. I've only done it, like, once. I don't know, I think crossplay is a big thing. I still personally really enjoy Among Us. I've been one of the only YouTubers I watch nowadays, because I only watch about like 10 guys, is Chilled Chaos, and he does a lot of this Among Us Town of Salem stuff, and that stuff is super entertaining. I hope eventually some of that, like, I want them to like integrate like some of that, make like a new optional mode that adds in like stuff like Sheriff and Jester, because I think those add a whole new level to the game that I think is super interesting. It'll never happen probably, but I think that'd be really cool. The new map is a lot, but yeah, no, Among Us getting to PS4, and there's a Ratchet and Clank costume, which is really cool. Right? It's like the Switch version should have had a Mario hat, but you know how Nintendo is with their IP. I guarantee you the Xbox version is going to have a Master Chief hat. I can guarantee it. Yeah, okay, maybe not, but you know what I mean. Yeah, no, I still enjoy. I know some people are fucking tired of it. I hate the word dead game because it's almost always, sometimes dead game is only ever applicable when people aren't saying it, because that game is dead because nobody's talking about it. If people are talking about a game enough to call it a dead game, that means it's not a dead game. Fall Guys gets called a dead game every week. It's not a dead game. Not even close. Among Us, god damn it, of course. Among Us gets called a dead game all the time, probably. No, it's perfectly fine. I still enjoy the hell out of it. I haven't played it in a while, admittedly. But it's really good, and it doesn't get enough credit for, yeah. Yeah, so those were the cool new updates. That's it. Those two things, and the rest, like, those were like 4 minutes of the show, if that. The rest of the show was all dedicated to Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, because it looks phenomenal. Like, just visually, this game looks better than anything else they've shown. Looks better than Miles Morales. This is Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart is the PS5's Wind Waker. Just a beautiful game. Now, admittedly, with Wind Waker, its beauty went unappreciated for many years. No, people recognize this game right now as a beautiful game. And that's good, because this game just looks beautiful. Right? They've just upped everything. The whole Rift thing, the Rift mechanic looks great. It seems fun to play as. And just like how they're rendering everything. Like, there was a moment in this trailer where they just like, they were in a cutscene, it pulls back, and then boom, into gameplay. You could, like, I know this is technology we've had for years now, but it's just always really cool. And like, because there's that joke about like, ProZD has a joke about like, oh, video game to like cutscene transitions and like how terrible the game looks. Video games are getting better and better at it, and part of like the new SSD stuff really shows that they can show this off, right? How like fast they can transition. But I think this new Ratchet and Clank looks amazing. Just hands down a visually beautiful game. We see Rivet, she's the new Lombax. I'm assuming, because they basically, the story is like they go into like an alternate universe. Like the villain of the first game is back, at least I assume, and he pulls Ratchet and Clank into like an alternate universe. It's basically the plot of Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension, where, you know, Doofenshmirtz goes into the alternate universe where he's already taken over the tri-state area. And this one, I think, is it like Dr. Nefarious or something like that, goes into an alternate universe where he's already taken over the world. And there might be a Ratchet and Clank in this universe, I'm not sure, but it looks like instead there's Rivet, and she presumably has her own Clank, so it's Ratchet and Clank. So presumably this universe has Rivet and like Clink or something like that. And like that's this universe's version of them and something. But yeah, Rivet finds Clank, and they go traveling through the dimensions. Like there's this part where they're like riding on like bugs and everything, and it looks great. And while the bug looks kind of slow, it eventually does like pick up speed. Like the bug picks up speed and starts going faster, and just all the traveling between dimension stuff is really cool. The combat looks pretty interesting. Like they've got grenades and everything, and Like, it just looks, it's got a lot of energy to it. That's a lot of fun. It looks like the gameplay, I've seen people compare it to Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is blowing up. I think last weekend saw Titanfall 2's biggest resurgence since, like, release. Like, there were more players on it last weekend than there were this week. And even, I think if you have Steam, which everyone has Steam, this week they're doing a free weekend for Titanfall 2. So if you want to play Titanfall 2, if you don't own it, I mean, I think it's only like $5. It's stupid cheap, and it's on Xbox Game Pass. I'm thinking about replaying Titanfall 2. Not that I don't care about any of them. I had the original Titanfall. Did not care for it. It sucked. It was super underwhelming. But I know Titanfall 2 has an amazing story, and it's been a while. You know, maybe I think I'm gonna replay Titanfall 2. I'm thinking, now that it's on Game Pass, or since, you know, I can do that now, maybe this week. I don't remember how long it is, admittedly. It's been a while, but I'm thinking of replaying Titanfall 2. Because, yeah, I played the original Titanfall, and I was disappointed. And unlike Watch Dogs 2, because I played the original Watch Dogs, and it sucked. And then I eventually played the sequel, and I was like, it's a little better, but it's still problematic. Right? Like, the thing that I think would be cool in Watch Dogs, they just never committed to. Because, you know, they had to be a GTA knockoff. So, yeah, I don't know. But Titanfall 2 actually delivered, unlike Watch Dogs 2, which was just kind of... It was dumb in places. I mean, it was... Admittedly, Watch Dogs 2 was better than the original Watch Dogs. And while Legion has... Like, that idea of being able to play as, like, any character is, like, super interesting. The problem is they just didn't do anything with it. But, yeah, no matter all my problems, Titanfall 2 stood and delivered. It was a great game. And, yeah. But Ratchet & Clank, visually, it looks great. Rivet's cool. There's a lot going on in the screen. Not in like a way that the screen's, like, noisy or the Diarrhea Christmas lights. Just, like, there's a lot, like, there's, like, so many people in, like, the backgrounds. Like, there's there's a shot of, like, the city that looks beautiful. But there's, like, hundreds of cars, like, flying cars going by. That's really cool. Or then, like, at one point he crashes a party that, like, breaks out into a fight scene, and, like, all the people are, like, on the dance floor. You're like, you know, like, you know, like those things where it's like, oh, well, hey, it's this big party, but they only model, like, 10 NPCs, or, like, when a movie's trying to, like, save on background actors, they only, like, fill up, like, the first 2 rows, and then just keep all the camera angles close. No, in this, they don't spare any expense. This is Insomniac showing off everything they can do and just making a beautiful game. Fuck, do I want to play this. Like, this is the... Like, Miles Morales was cool, and Game of the Year Bugsnax is the Game of the Year. Haha. But this is the first, like, must-own PS5 game. Right? Sony has really dedicated themselves to first-party games. And with Ratchet & Clank, this new one, it shows. This is going to be, yeah, the must-own PS5 game. This is going to be huge. This game looks great. I'm so... It comes out in June. I think it's like June 11th. It's early on in June. But it looks fantastic. Of course, I don't have a PS5. And it's not on PS4 as far as I know. So I'm not going to play it. I mean, I might play the original, because I've never played it before. Or, you know, not the original Ratchet & Clank, but like the PS4 remake, or reimagining, or whatever the hell that was. I don't know, I've been thinking about it. God, there's I need to play more games on Game Pass. That's honestly, like, I've already eaten through so much of my Game Pass time, and I've only played, like, I want to say I've only played like a dozen games, which there's so much on Game Pass, and I have not used the system as much as Game Pass as much as I should. I really need to get around to fixing that. God, I got screwed over there. I hate the hammers right here. Like, they just go to the one problem I have. Okay, I have a lot of problems with this, but I do hate the hammers. Like, I don't remember if this segment was always hammers, but I do think the hammers in this segment go way too fast. Yeah. What else do I have on Ratchet? I know I had more stuff. The new movement options that kind of feel like Titanfall with the combat. Like, there's like this dash thing that leaves like a shadow behind you, and like you can wall run and everything. That just looks pretty cool. God, okay, I need to somehow get past this fan. Also in Ratchet and Clank, they talked about I couldn't get in. I got pushed off by the fan. They talked about new accessibility options. That the game's gonna have a sweeping load of accessibility options, which is always cool to talk about. I'm always down for more accessibility options in games, and I feel like the game, except for, well, I feel like Sony is the gold standard for accessibility options. The Last of Us 2's accessibility options were fantastic. I mean, I know they didn't cover everything, but like what they did. No, they give them credit for what they did. Yeah, sure. Did they miss a few things? Yeah, sure. But you know what? They still put more effort into it than basically any Nintendo game. Okay, admittedly, most studios get credit for putting in more, because Nintendo does not give a fuck about accessibility. Okay, at least Nintendo claims they do, but then they'll design games like Mario Odyssey, where to beat the game, you need to like be able to like shake controllers and press buttons, right? Like, okay, you know, I'm shitting on Nintendo here. Nintendo really claims to care about accessibility, and yet because they're so enamored in their like game's vision, right? They're artistic. Again, it goes back to the thing I said at the beginning. Designers have the right to make a game however they want. Players have the right to play it however they want to. Nintendo believes in the first one, and they fuck the second one. And that goes for their treatment of accessibility in games. They don't. I mean, they've done some good stuff, but most of the time, no, they don't. And they have actively done things that are harmful for accessibility. But I mean, Microsoft has their accessibility controller, which is fantastic from what I hear. And Sony's, like, The Last of Us has a bunch of great accessibility options, and they've set the gold standard. Like, every game should have The Last of Us accessibility options. And hopefully this is, like, the start of it, right? Seeing Ratchet and Clank, and hopefully that will transfer into future games. We'll see, of course. Oh my god, I'm amazed you survived that. We'll see. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, Rift Apart comes out in like a month. That's not far away at all. It'll be here before we know it. But it looks like a fantastic... Yeah, June 11th. It looks like a fantastic game. I'm, in theory, looking forward to it. But I don't have a PS3, or PS5, so I'm never going to be able to play it. I don't have a PS3 either, but that's neither here nor there. And then for our last news story tonight, we have some Fall Guys news. We're playing Fall Guys, so we have some Fall Guys news. You know, I thought today was going to be a really short stream. I've somehow delayed this like another like half hour longer than it needed to be. Somehow. So Fall Guys, it was earlier announced that Fall Guys would be coming to Switch, right? In the big Nintendo Direct back in March, February? I don't remember when it was. I don't remember, honestly. It's been, I think it was early March, but my brain's fuzzy. They announced Fall Guys was coming for Switch, and I was like, yeah, no, that makes sense. My guess was that PlayStation had a 1-year exclusivity contract, so it would be coming out in August, right? Because the Fall Guys originally came out early August, and it would be coming out on Switch, and it was later announced on Xbox, like later, same day or a few days later, that, hey, Fall Guys is also coming in to Xbox. I think the only release date they gave was summer. I don't think they ever said an actual date, and my guess was August. And then later on, I think it was after that announcement, it was, people realized that, or the Fall Guy studio, Tonic Group, Mediatonic, got bought up by Epic Games. Right, Fall Guys is now a property of, I think it was after that, after they announced to come to Switch. It was announced that, yeah, they had been bought up by Epic Games, which I'm hesitantly optimistic about, because I was like, you know, there's a lot of cool things they can do with Epic, but I really don't want them to turn Fall Guys into just another Fortnite. Like, the fact that I was actually able to complete this battle pass, or the fact that Fall Guys increased the amount of experience you get at one point, unlike a game like Marvel's Avengers, which decreased the amount of experience you could get. Yeah, no, Fall Guys is pretty good. I mean, yeah, they have some shitty things. I hate the microtransaction bullshit, but Fall Guys is still a really good game at the end of the day. It's not perfect, but it's got a lot of good shit in it. So, of course, I was cautiously optimistic, like, hey, they'll be able to do some good stuff, but they could easily ruin it. Now, here we are. And, they announced today that the next Fall Guys coming to Switch, and coming, of course we got, we only had 3 people, but we also got the AFK, of course we did. Fuck, we were screwed on that one. Fall Guys, they announced today that, yeah, that they are delaying it. I'm assuming it's still coming out this year. I don't think, they didn't give a new release date, they just said we're delaying it, and because they've expanded their scope, right? They're gonna do something, it's gonna be bigger, whether the next updates, because my guess was that because I don't know, because at some point soon, we're getting a mid-season update. I think they announced that, sometime in the next, coming weeks, we're getting the mid-season update. Which, of course, doesn't really matter to me, because I'm already max rank, but, whatever. I don't know, I think they said 2 new maps, so maybe that'll be cool. But, I guess they've expanded their ambitions, they're gonna do bigger, newer, and cooler things with it, which is cool. The big thing, for me, though, is crossplay. Right? Like, I think Among Us needs more crossplay, because the PC and smartphones can crossplay, but you cannot crossplay Switch and, maybe you can crossplay Switch and PC, but, like, there's some sort of limit on Fall Guys or Among Us crossplay. But I think crossplay is really cool. And I think Fall Guys, right, some crossplay would be really cool. Being able to play it with people on console, or from PS4, PS5, PC, Switch, and Xbox, being able to play it across all those systems would be really cool. Especially because supposedly it was leaked that, or there was a listing for Fall Guys on Game Pass that was later retracted, and I think Xbox apologized for that. So it may be coming to Game Pass, it may not, I don't know, I think Fall Guys on Game Pass would be a cool thing. Kind of like how it was a PS Plus game, right? I think that would get a lot of people into it. But one of my big hopes is that as part of them teaming up with Epic Games, maybe it's linked with probably an Epic Games account system. So that way, all my costumes I have on the PS4, I can share with, again, I don't have a Switch at the moment, but I can share with the Switch version, I can share with the Xbox version, kind of like what you can do with Fortnite. Because as far as I know, you could boot up Fortnite on any system, and your costumes will be shared with any other system. Right? So I could boot it up on my Switch, have my costumes there, and then boot it up on Now, it used to not be like this, but I think nowadays it is. You can boot it up on PS4, and all your PS4 costumes are... You screwed me, you asshat. I was about to make that jump. But yeah, so as far as I know, you can just... And, it's all seamless transition. Because before you couldn't, if you moved your consoles to PS4, you couldn't move them back. Or, PS4 had this really, restrictive system. I think that no longer exists. I think you can just freely move your costumes between any system. And I know games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you can move save file, like you can move your save file from like the Xbox to PC, no problems, right? Using a Ubisoft account. And well, it sucks having to create all these fucking accounts. The idea that you can just take your like content and move it across any system, between systems, is still really cool. I'll stand by that being really cool, right? Like the fact that I can do that with Fortnite. Fuck. I really hate seesaws. Like I was really good at it, and I still kind of am, but I just kind of fucking hate seesaws. I'm so sick of it. It's not a fun map to play. I think that's the biggest thing, is that sometimes you can just get caught in a recursive hate loop, and sometimes it's just straight up not fun. Like, yeah, I know we got 5th there, but I just sometimes, you can get caught in that hate loop in seesaws, where it's just like no matter what you do, the platform will always fall on you. It's just not fun. But yeah, as I've said before, a delay is never a bad thing, especially when prioritizing team health, right? Like the Minecraft delay. They're prioritizing team health. I'm fine with that. It sucks, but you know what? I'll take it. I have no big complaints over there. And yeah, I think that's but yeah, I have big faith that yeah, they'll do crossplay. They'll probably link it with like an Epic Game Store account to get all your costumes and everything. Will I buy the game on Switch once it comes out? Probably not, because again, Switch is broken at the moment. When new Switch Pro comes out, yeah, sure. We'll talk about it then, but that's not coming out anytime soon. So next up we got WIBE. I actually only have 2 things to talk about for WIBE. Like I said, today was supposed to be a much shorter stream. But no matter what, these things always end up at 2 hours. What the fuck I talk about for 2 hours, I have no idea. Does any of this make sense? I have no idea. I assume not, but you never know. But yeah, so, last week I hinted that I was watching an anime, and that this week we'd have an anime to talk about. And this week we have an anime to talk about. The name of it is like, oh god, I don't even fucking know. But it's like something like, oh, in another world with your mother who does who has multi-targeting, multi-hit attacks. Or some, it's, you know, that there's that joke about like, oh, how animes just have like the stupidest fucking names. Like the time I got reincarnated as a slime. Or, is it wrong to fall in love with a girl in a dungeon? Or, fuck, I know there's tons of other examples. When supernatural battles became commonplace, there's another dumb one. All 3 of those are shows I enjoy fine enough. All 3 of them, but yeah, it's something like that. Like would you go to another world with your mom if she has like multi-hit attacks? You've probably seen this. If you've ever seen anything from this show, it's people making fun of it for the mom wanting to fuck the son. Right? You know, like there's that thing about like incest in anime and right, making fun of that and like don't fuck your sister. You've probably seen jokes about the show because the mom is cute and right, and it's like, oh well, obviously she wants to fuck her son. I'll just be straight up with you. No, she doesn't. They do joke about it once or twice. At least other characters do. But no, the mother does not want to fuck her son. Or vice versa. The son actually, like, he doesn't even want to see his mom in a bikini. Right? He's very adverse to those things. No, he doesn't. That's just, it's kind of like the whole joke about, like, oh, in the Halo novels, it's revealed that the Master Chief suit, jerks him off. Yeah, no, that doesn't happen. Right? Same thing here. The mother doesn't want to fuck her son. And yeah, so the whole premise of this show is that, like, the hero is offered, like, a chance to, like, go into a video game and, like, oh, in this video game, right, you can go on fabulous adventures, and he's given the class of, like, hero, right? He's the hero of this video game and everything. But his mother comes along with him. Because as you go through the show, you find out the entire point of this game is to, like, help moms and their children like make up. Like it's offered to like people who like they're fighting with their mother, and like it's all like mothers, and like players always enter in twos, right? A mother and her child. And like all the heroes are like that, all the villains are like that, except for one who I have my suspicions about. But like the first like real antagonist, like they have the sage Wise, and the first real antagonist is her mom, who she's fighting with because her mom is neglectful. And then the second antagonist is the opposite, right? One mom is neglectful, the other mom cares too much and is abusive of her daughter. And yeah, it's because she wants the best for her. At least that's what she claims. It's... You know how, like, the Fast and the Furious movies are kind of stupid, but the core of the movie that, like, Vin Diesel and Justin Lin, the director, get is that, well, the movies are fucking stupid, like, basically comic book movies. At the end of the day, the Fast and the Furious movies are about heart, right? And that's, like, Dwayne The Rock Johnson doesn't get it. But Vin Diesel gets that the Fast and Furious movies are all about heart. And they're all about family, right? That's it. Like, there's the compilations of every time Vin Diesel says family in the Fast and Furious movies. Right? And that's kind of the joke. That, oh, they're all about family. They're very serious action movies. But they're all about family. But that's why they work. And Vin Diesel and Justin Lin get it. That they're all about family at the end of the day. And that's why those movies are really fucking good. Not the first... Okay, Tokyo Drift, again, I've heard contradictory things about. Because I saw it when it came out in theaters. I did not care for it, but I hear it's good now. In hindsight, it's actually pretty good. And 1, 2, and 4 are... I mean, 1's not the worst thing in the world. It's basically just knockoff Point Break. But 2 and 4 are bad. But 5 is when they got good. And since then, 5 was good. 5 was amazing. 5 is the best one in the series. 6 was great. 7 I enjoyed. I don't actually think I've seen 8. I think I just missed 8 at the time. I did see Hobbs and Shaw. It was what I had fun with it. Like Idris Elba was the villain. That was kind of cool. But this 9 with John Cena and them taking cars into space and everything looks fucking amazing. They brought Han back, best character. Yeah, no, this new Fast and the Furious looks amazing. But those movies are about family, and that's why they work. This show is kind of like the same thing. This entire show is about like a mother's love for her child. And that's why it works. The heart of this show is right about a mother who loves her son. And that's what it... Because he's kind of an ungrateful jerk, but, you know, he's a good guy at heart. Or at least he wants to be. And yeah, sure, he gets in fights with his mom, but he always kind of feels bad about it, and he's trying his best. And so I think at its core, the show works. But... Okay, I was like, oh, that's gonna be it, isn't it? But I think at its core, oh, they found the path. Of course they did. Oh, I was one off. Ah, fuck. At the core, the show works. Is it amazing? Like there are some lines that are like, again, I guess we have to use the word cringe, and there's some dumb things. But there are also some really good, like, heartfelt moments, especially between, like, the characters and, like especially, like, the characters who are, like, fighting with their moms and seeing them, like, try to be better. Yeah, no, some of that stuff does really work. Okay, there are some dumb, like, of course, right, I say the mother is not trying to fuck her son. But the mother does get naked more than once. And it's just kind of like, Or at one point, one of the characters gets turned into a dragon. But of course, the dragon has boobs because, just make it like a cool, like, one of the things that, fucking Dragon Maid did right was that the dragons just look like fucking dragons. Like, it's really cool. Right? Like, they just, like, instead of making Toru, a sexy dragon, they just made her like a dragon. That of course they explain that in universe she is attractive according to dragon standards, right? So that works. I don't know, Dragon Maid's an amazing show. It totally deserves all the credit it gets. But what was I going on about? Oh yeah. Yeah, so there are some weird things, and yeah, some of the dialogue's kind of dumb. But I think overall, at the end of the day, the show does work. The ending's kind of like, because they set up like there's this group of like children who like hate the fact that their like fantasy world is being taken over by moms, so they're like trying to get rid of them. And that's an interesting concept. The one thing, of course, because right, Wise, the first like real boss is Wise's mother. The second real boss is Medi's mother, but you never find out about Porter's mother. So my theory is that Porter is a mother. That she acts all like cute and childish, but in actuality she's a mother, and her and like because she acts all cute and childish, she got in a fight with her daughter, and that's why we never see that's why we never hear anything about Porter's mom or anything. That's I'm sure the manga or light novel or whatever's already gone into it. But if I had a conspiracy theory, that's it. That no, Porter's actually an adult. Because, you know, those things where, like, animes, like, oh, this, hey, look, it's this lolly, but she's actually 1,000 years old, right? It's kind of something like that. Like, there's this one anime, I don't remember what the fuck it's called. It's kind of like, I talked about Over the Moon a while ago. It's kind of like that, where this guy just, like, shows up, and it's like, or this girl shows up and is like, hey, guy, I'm married, right? We're married now, right? We were agreed to have an arranged marriage or whatever. And then you meet her mother, and her mother looks like younger than her daughter, and like that's one of the jokes. Hey, I remember actually. No, I don't remember what the show is called for the life of me. It's not Montagare. It's not like Awara Montagare. It's something like that. It starts with like an OW or something like that. I wonder if give me 1 second. I might be able to find out. But whatever it is, it's kind of like, that's what I expect. But yeah, overall, again, the show's not amazing. Like, I wouldn't give it probably higher than like a 7. But as like 7s go, I guess I enjoyed it. It's not Awara Montagare. It's not whatever this is. I guess I don't remember what it is. I've seen too many shows. And like none of the only label I have is the name. Akusama ga... I have no idea what the show is. This might be it, but I'm not sure. Akusama? I don't know. I finished it, so yeah. I don't know. I remember that also being a fine show, but yeah. I remember it also being short. But yeah, no, I thought I'd give it like a 7 out of 10, but yeah, I had fun with it. I think, admittedly, I don't think like, whereas like I said, the Fast and the talking about family in the Fast and the Furious movies is what makes those movies really work. I think talking about like motherhood in this movie doesn't always like solve every problem. Because there is this whole thing about, like, oh, if you have, right, like, abuse is still abuse at the end of the day. And sometimes and in the family of the 21st century is made out of friends, right? And you can just cut toxic people out of your life. There's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like this show kind of misses that sometimes. You know that thing about like how the Michael Bay movies are funded by the government and are clearly like government propaganda, or right, even in like an anime example, Gate is clearly funded by the Japanese military, or it has some sort of involvement, and like it's clearly military propaganda. I would not be surprised if like some government board made this show to like try to get like mothers to, or try to get children to like stop fighting, to have like better relationships with their moms. I would not be surprised if there's like, because the other thing is like, if that's not it, then who the fuck would make a show like this? Like, my hope is that it's a mom herself, that like a mom who like worked in the industry or something. She had like a fight with her child. She was like a fan of she like worked on an isekai or something, And she was like, you know, I could make a show about like my child, like myself and my child going on an adventure, and us getting along. Wouldn't that be kind of cute? Like that's because like the idea that like a son wrote this, like I guess it makes sense, but I don't. And admittedly, the problem with that is the son in the show is kind of an asshole, but he's also kind of sweet. So I don't know. He has his moments. I don't know. It's all around just again, I liked it well enough. Yeah, I guess we should do one more. I think we only need to do one more game tonight. It's not going well anyways. I mean, we've gotten close once or twice, but nah. Yeah, of course I've started another anime, but we're not going to talk about that. I have no interest personally. But I guess the last thing. So I was looking it up. I looked at so a few weeks ago I checked on the Adventure Zone. And when I did, I realized I was like, "Oh, you know, I should look up the Adventure Zone." And when I looked it up, I saw I'm pulling it up right now. Give me a second. I got to find it. Here we go. I saw so this was back in April. In probably mid-April. I looked up the Adventure Zone and I saw that the episode was called Graduation Episode 38 Finals. And I was like, wait a second. Did the finale just happen for Graduation? And just 2 days ago, the Adventure Zone post-grad came out. So, and the Adventure Zone episodes usually happen after a season of the Adventure Zone. So, yeah, no, it looks like the Adventure Zone season finale just happened. And I was thinking, so the last episode I listened to of the Adventure Zone was, I'd listened to all of Amnesty, I've listened to all of the original show, they're both, go listen to the Adventure Zone. Fuck, is it really good. Like, if you haven't, go listen to it, it's really fucking good. But I got really, because the Adventure Zone is one of those things I actually want to, like, pay attention to and give my, like, effort in. And, well, because I enjoyed the hell out of the original show. I thought Amnesty was you know, honestly, I like the premise of Amnesty and, like, the characters. I was like, oh, this is really cool. But then when it actually came to Amnesty, I was kind of like, I didn't actually really, like, I thought it was, like, fine until you got to those final two, like, arcs. The final two arcs of Amnesty were so fucking good. Like, all the kind of, like, all the moments that I were like, this is okay. It all pays off in the end. The end, like, it's all building up towards the end. And the show fucking delivers in the end. And I thought Amnesty ended pretty well. Graduation, on the other hand, I started it and I was like, yeah, you know, I like the idea here, like adventure school, right? Like, this is a fun idea. But then at some point, I just stopped listening to it, and then, like, every week as new episodes came out, I was just like, oh, fuck. Right? Like, it just, like, there's more and more episodes. How am I ever gonna catch up with this? And I got 3 episodes in. I didn't even finish the 3rd episode. I must have, like, stopped it at some point, and, like, I left it off halfway through, which I'm surprised I still have a record of that. But yeah, so I was 3 episodes into Graduation, and I put it down for some, kind of like the Invincible comics, right? Where I started reading Invincible in, like, 2018, read the first, like, 60 comics, then I put it down because I think college had started, because, like, I read it over the summer, put it down when college started up, and then I didn't pick it up until, like, 2 weeks ago. And I started it in, like July or August of 2018. Something like that. Something around that. I don't remember the exact date. Yeah, no, here we are with Graduation, right? It came out, well, December of, the last episode I had listened to was in December of 2019. I haven't listened to an episode since. An entire year of pandemic I just completely missed out on. Right? Everything that's happened. But I was like, you know what? I really want, now that it's over, I really should start listening to the Adventure Zone again. I love the podcast. And admittedly, I need to, there's like another, like, there's like 5 other podcasts I need to get caught up on. Well, I know Dimension 20 isn't a podcast, but, like, I really need to get caught up on Dimension 20 as well, because, Especially like Tiny Heist. I was super down for like Tiny Heist, and then I just didn't even fucking watch it. But yeah, no, I'm super down for, I really need to listen to Taz. So I was like, is there like, how like I did like, I've done like theme months before where I've like, oh, haha, funny, like, hey, it's Mega March, right? Or Mega May, I think. Where it's like, hey, I'm gonna play a bunch of Mega Man games during the month of May. I was like, maybe I should listen to Taz during May. And so I had Taz Mania, right? Taz Mania. And I was like, so for the month of May, maybe I'll start back at the first episode. Maybe I'll just restart episode 3. Maybe I don't know. But there's what, like 38 episodes? There's 38 episodes. Plus probably some other stuff thrown in there. So my goal at this moment, anyways, is to do 1 episode a day. I mean, there's probably over 50. I think there's probably about 30. There's over 38 episodes, obviously. But my goal is for the month of May, I will listen to 1 episode of Taz a day. I'm just doing Graduation, right? I've already listened to the original shows. They're all really good. And yeah, so I'm going to try, so over the month of May, 1 episode a day, I'm going to try to finish Graduation. Maybe I'll do more than 1 episode a day. Some days I might do more than 1. Again, I listened to, like, the last 2 arcs of the original Adventure Zone, I listened to in, like, 3 days. I put on some, I was playing Just Cause 2. I was playing Just Cause 2, and I put on the Adventure Zone in the background, and I did the entire thing in, like, 2 or 3 days. Because yeah, I was really enjoying the Adventure Zone, and then I'm not gonna say I fell off of it, but like I slowed down around Crystal Kingdom, and even though I was like, oh, and then the arc after that, I was like, oh, right, this sounds really cool, but I was still slowed down because I didn't get to Taz until after Taz has ended, right? The first time I'd ever heard of Taz was because of Lucas Hepsenhide, who does some animations that are amazing animations, but they will spoil the entirety of Taz. He's done 2 for the original and 1 for Amnesty, and they're all 3 of them are amazing. Most of Lucas Hepsenhide's work is amazing. Highly recommend you check it out. But yeah, if you're a fan of Taz, and go check it out. They're all animated music videos. But like the artwork is great and the songs are fantastic. Yeah, it's just all around great. But yeah, I'm gonna start listening to Taz. Ooh, there's an Amnesty Halloween special. That sounds fun. Look at all this. Yeah, I've got over a year of stuff to check out. I've got my work cut out for me. But that's my plan for May. So, and we will be talking about it probably every week during WIBE. I may not, because I know I talked about Amnesty. There was like a brief, because I fell behind in Amnesty for a while, but there was like a brief moment where I was like all caught up in Amnesty. Sometime during the original season of In Chat, I was all caught up in Amnesty, and I remember talking about it. So it'll but yeah, I might restart it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I'm super down to just, yeah, Taz Mania. That should be fun. Let's do one more. One more game. And then we'll end it off. Yeah, so what's next? That's the question. Like always, what is next? If I had to guess... I think over the next coming days, I don't know when we'll get around to this, because like I said, I think I'm gonna do a video on Invincible, so, and that's, it's definitely gonna be a little different than some of the Falcon and Winter Soldier reviews. Like, I think I'm gonna do it character based. I don't know, I haven't filmed it yet, and I probably won't film it until like tomorrow or Sunday. I was gonna film it today, but then I got sidetracked with all sorts of other shit. Had some stuff to do with the university, but yeah. Oh. School is busy. I mean, it is finals. Or correction. Yeah, you know what I mean. But, yeah, so I'm thinking, so that's probably gonna happen, but eventually, God, it's clear, I mean, I know getting the Switch, having the Switch break on me kind of threw everything off, but in general, I just kind of seem more busy than I was, like, doing Animal Crossing a day, God, of course I'm gonna lose somebody, so this round isn't gonna last long. Yeah, having the Switch break on me, and, like, even, like, my worry is that even once we get back to, like, normal, once I start streaming, like, Xbox or PlayStation stuff, I'm still not going to be able to, like, do, like, more than a few hours a day, especially once June arrives. I don't know, nothing is set in stone at the moment, I've said before, right, that I'm kind of, like, that I'm trying to, like, figure it, of course, we're all in last. I'm trying to, like, figure it out, obviously, but, for the next few weeks, for the next, like, week, so whenever we get back, either tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday, I want to do Bowser's Fury, where I know we didn't beat the Crown Road, it fucking sucks we couldn't do the Crown Road, but I knew we were never going to be able to beat it. I know we went in with a defeatist attitude. Maybe one day we'll try it again. I have no problem one day trying I have no problem trying it again in, like, another day. But I want to do Bowser's Fury. We're going to try to do Bowser's Fury. My hope would be 3 streams. I hear it takes 6 hours to complete. 3 streams at 2 hours each. Is that going to work? I don't know. I don't know how the Switch is. The one thing I did try, so I have set this, I haven't used it yet, but, so, part of me was wondering, like, I know there's, like, a thing in the Switch dock that's supposed to, like, because it's never overheated in handheld mode. I have played the Animal Crossing exclusively in handheld mode since I've been having these overheating problems, and while the Switch has gotten a little hot, it's never been that bad. Part of me was like, maybe it's something with the dock, and I do have a second Switch dock. My, GameStop, I talked about this during Animal Crossing one day. GameStop sold, like, an extra Switch dock. They normally cost a lot of money. GameStop sold an extra Switch dock for, like, I think it was, like, $20, maybe it was $30. And I was like, you know what, I'm willing to buy that. So I had the other dock set up somewhere else in a different room on a different TV. I haven't switched any of the cables. I've just switched the docks. Maybe that'll, like, flick over something. I don't know. I don't expect it to. But we're gonna try Bowser's Fury. I know I said I was considering Pokemon Snap. I was gonna buy Pokemon Snap, but, you know, with the Switch broken, I'm not even gonna buy it. I'll wait. But yeah, we'll maybe do Pokemon Snap at some point. I really don't want to bust out the Wii U. But yeah, at the moment, my plan is to do Bowser's Fury, and then we'll switch over to PlayStation or Xbox games. There is one other thing I was considering. There was one game that I own on Switch that I was looking to see if it was on Game Pass, because I kind of want to Let's Play. It's one of the games that I do want to Let's Play. It was probably going to be the next Let's Play. I mean, I know we said we were going to do Pikmin, and we were going to get around to it. But by this point, if the Switch hadn't have broke, we probably would have done Pikmin by this point. We would be done with 3D World, we would have been done with Bowser's Fury, and we might have even been done with Pikmin. Maybe not. It's always completely possible we'd be in the middle of Pikmin right now. But there was one other game that I was like, oh, I want to do this early on when we get back. And now it's an indie game, I'll say that. That's all I'll say about it. But I was like, is it on Game Pass? Because I own it on Steam, and I own it on Switch, but I don't own it on anything else. Because again, I only got an Xbox recently and the PS4. I don't know, on PS4. But I was like, maybe it's on Game Pass. It's not on Game Pass, and I can't do Steam. I might sometime in the near future. I might test out Minecraft on PC, like to see if I can run Minecraft on my computer and run OBS at the same time. Part of me doesn't think I can, that it's too much for my computer to handle, because my computer's already not that powerful as is. It's a laptop, for Christ's sake. But I want to try. So sometime, like in the next few weeks, I might try, we're going to do like a test stream that is just like, hey, will Minecraft work? Does it look well? Does the computer run well enough? I don't expect it to, but we're gonna freaking try, because I have an idea, but I can only do it in the PC version. As of this moment, I might have actually found a workaround for the Xbox version, for the Bedrock edition, but I'm still kind of testing things out at the moment, so we'll see. I don't know, the stream's future is completely uncertain right now, and with me only having a month until summer classes that are, again, supposedly really hard, I don't know what to expect. The future of this, I mean, the next month is probably going to be solid, but once we hit June, the future of the stream is completely uncertain. I'm still going to try to do in chat. No matter what happens, in chat I think will still be a weekly show. I might move it to Saturdays, but other than that, my plan is to still have in chat as a weekly show, and maybe every other stream will be canceled. I don't know. We will figure it out when we get there, but time is running out. At least that, I mean, I'm a pretty good student. Maybe these trial by fire classes may not be as hard as I expect them to. Knock on wood, I just jinxed myself, but you never know. So we will see in the future. Everything is uncertain right now, but yeah. Yeah, that was Fall Guys. We did fucking terrible. I mean, we technically got all the challenges done, which is cool. We're like two more challenges away from the next trophy, which is cool. No good gear, I mean, like, honestly, it refreshes in 3 hours. So I don't know, maybe next time something cool. But yeah, I still enjoy Fall Guys. Maybe next week's in chat. Maybe we'll do Minecraft. I don't know. Like I said, I was considering it this week. I don't think there's any Xbox games that I want to do in chat in. I don't know. I haven't really thought about anything so far. I don't know. Again, everything's kind of uncertain at the moment. Oh, you know what else? You know what? I was playing Animal Crossing, and Nan asked me to move away, and I thought long and hard about it. So Nan is moving away. The first villager I went out and found in the wild after over a year with her. She's moving away. It was a hard decision, but I was like, you know what? It's time. And again, I'm willing to let Carmen move. I've been hoping for Carmen. She's been the only one who's never said, like, I feel like every other villager I have has said, like, hey, can I move away? Except for Carmen. But Nan said it, and I was like, I told her today that, yeah. So probably on Sunday, I'm going to go villager hunting. Not on stream, obviously, but hey, so next time you see the island, there's probably going to be a new villager. Don't know who, obviously. But next time, there's probably going to be I haven't decided. I don't know. I know I want another fighty village, another jock, and I need a new grump. And I don't plan to move back Octavian. I don't know. I was going to take Kabuki, but then yeah. And the only jock I'm really kind of interested in is Ribbit. Because I don't need to take Axel back. But I need a jock and I need a grump. So yeah. I guess I should have mentioned that in WIBE. Whatever. We've been going for an hour. We've been going for 2 hours now. I guess that's where we end it. Yeah. Go listen to Taz. Go listen to Taz. Fuck, Taz is so good. Fuck, it's so the Adventure Zone. I did say the Adventure Zone, right? I keep saying Taz because it abbreviates to that, but it's the Adventure Zone. It's made by the McElroy brothers. Yeah, that's probably one. I'm probably gonna go to bed. Actually, I'm tired as shit. Well, correction. I'm gonna go watch some anime and then I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah. Yeah, with that, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Till next time, peace.